Hello my lovelies, hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a pick a card reading for you for Valentine's Day. So I've chosen 3 different sets for you, and it's up to you which one you feel drawn to. You might feel drawn to just one, or there may be aspects of all 3 sets that you might resonate with. So this is a general reading for all you lovely folks out there, and I hope you enjoy it. So here's set number 1, and with a beautiful crystal heart. This is smoky quartz. So if you feel drawn to this, the energy of the smoky quartz is about disillusion. So veils being removed from your eyes and seeing things much more clearly. This crystal is smoky quartz, and the energy contained within it is about enabling you to see things more clearly. So if it's a bit like you've had the veils drawn across your eyes and haven't been able to judge or feel that things are clear to you, the energy of this crystal will bring clarity. So it's like the smoke will just evaporate, and the quartz itself will bring some form of healing to you. And the first little card is an angel card. It's the Angel of Transformation. So there's an energy around you which may have been pushing you, nudging you, urging you to make some changes in your life. So some of this might have been quite on a subtle level, so behind the scenes. But as these changes start to happen to you, you're going to feel it more and more within your whole being. So initially maybe your mind, but then your body will take over. And this little angel here is assisting you. So don't think that you're doing it on your own. There's an awful lot of help around you, and your prayers are being answered. So whatever it is you've put out there to the universe, answers are coming, solutions are coming. And some of them might come in quite an extraordinary way. So you might be expecting a certain event to happen, and it'll come through another door in a completely different way. And I get the sense that it's going to be far more pleasing than what you expected. So then we have a lovely card from Gordon Smith's 5 Keys to Happiness. And this is gorgeous. This is the fire family, and it is number 4. So 4 is about stability and security. So imagine a table has 4 legs. So if you've been wobbling a little bit recently, this is about being grounded and finding that stability. The eternal flame, he has it there in his cauldron, and this person is an alchemist. So he has the ability to change one thing into something else. So in ancient times, it was turning lead into gold. In the tarot, he might be seen as the magician. So having everything that you need, all of the elements that you need to make the changes in your life. And again, it's the transformation energy, transformational energy, coming in to shake you up a little bit. But the eternal flame, part of the energy of that is that it never goes out. It is never extinguished. It is might sometimes be turned right down to a little spark, but this energy around you now is whacking it right up and bringing things forward onto the front burner. And the front burner is the heart energy. So the eternal flame is forever in your heart. If you've not given your heart to anyone recently, this is about feeling safe to do it, feeling that yes, this is the right time, you've transformed, you've healed a lot of issues around you, and the opportunities are coming your way. So I get the feeling that for some of you, you may have had an inner knowing, or still have an inner knowing that something is about to occur, something is about to come into your life. It's not just daydreaming or pie in the sky. This is a real deep inner knowing a real deep feeling that something is about to arrive. So sometimes we feel an energy before an event. So it's like you get little butterflies in your tummy because you know that something is coming up. If you're being invited somewhere, you know that you're going to go, but you get that lovely sense of anticipation. This is about not knowing where you're going to go or who's going to show up, but you've still got that lovely fluttery feeling. And with that energy, that then can start to ignite not just the love in your heart, but the unconditional love. And so drawing somebody to you who is very, very different to who you've had in your life previously. Then we have a card from the Tarot of Love, and this is the King of Blossoms. So this is the King of Cups, or the King of Hearts. The blossoms are actually little hearts he's holding in his hands. And there, if you see at the bottom, are two children. So one fair and one dark. And they are offering hearts to him, and or it looks like hearts are being given from him to them. So the energy in this card is not just about romantic love, it's about family love, and the sharing of passions, the sharing of cultures, the sharing of maybe different languages, maybe even different belief systems. So you might be drawing somebody into your life who is very, very different on a cultural level to who you've had in the past. There may also be children involved. So either you have kids or they have kids, or you are longing to make a family. So this isn't just about a quick fling. This is about long-term commitment and somebody giving their heart to you. But what comes with it is offerings from small people as well. And this beautiful flower that he's holding. The yellow is to do with friendship. So this person may come in initially on a friendship level, and then it develops into something else. And he's a king. He's not a knight, he's not a prince, he's not a page, he's a king. So the king energy is much more mature, it's much more solid, it's has experience. So you may be drawing someone into your life who, if they aren't older than you, they have a maturity to them. So they're not fly-by-night, they're not just going to come in and jiggle things up a little bit and then disappear. The next card is the Romance Angels, and here we have attraction. So there is something about you at the moment which others will find very attractive. So I feel that you have been doing some work on yourselves, and it's to do with self-love. So when we start working on ourselves and give love to ourselves and attention to ourselves, that sends out a certain vibration, and it has to be met by the same vibration. It can't be lower than what you're putting out there. And it says, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So as you work with this energy, and it's like the law of attraction, what you focus on, you will draw to you. So if you smell a rose, or if you look at a sunset, or if you look into an animal's eyes, or see something that stirs your heart, then that heart energy, like with the eternal flame, it can't be put out. So the work that we do on ourselves, which is never ending, is always about clearing away all that old baggage that we've been carrying around for a very long time. And as you simplify things in your life and see what you don't need to carry around with you anymore, that's when this energy really starts to kick in. And the next card, oh, this is lovely. This is from the Angel Messenger set, and it's wholeness. And that exquisitely beautiful flower, look at that. So the purple in the flower is associated with our higher consciousness, our connection with the divine, our spirit. And the beautiful yellow pistils inside, well, it's gold as well. Yellow, as I said, is to do with friendship, but the gold is to do with angelic energies. So you drawing in someone on a romantic level that has done maybe a lot of work on themselves, so they don't have as much baggage to carry around either. And this is also being divinely guided, divinely sent to you. So it can be destiny, it can be kismet, it can be karma. So it's a much higher vibrational relationship than any that you've had before, and wholeness. So you don't need anyone else to make you whole. It's not anybody else's job to make you whole. Some people say, oh, this is my other half. Well, you don't have another half. You are whole anyway. And when you reach that energetic vibration of yourself being whole, then you can draw in another whole person. And the number 2 is partnership. So first of all is the partnership with ourselves, with our higher self. And when we are rocking along with that, and we feel whole, then somebody else can come in that can match that. So I hope that resonates with some of you. It's a lovely, lovely energy. And I get the feeling that maybe some of you have been on your own for quite a long time, been quite happy on your own for a while, and you've shifted an awful lot of things and are very aware of what you will allow and what you won't allow. So it's looking at what is actually going to come to you is a very, very different kettle of fish. So I wish you well with that. So we move on now to contestant number 2. So here we have another crystal heart, and this is known as jasper or mookite, Mookite, and it's from Australia. So there's an energy about this crystal which has a rawness to it, but not in a negative way. There's something bold about it and adventurous about it, and a feeling of pioneer and stepping out of your usual mode of things. So I feel that what the rest of these cards are going to say to you is about having an adventure, a real sense of meeting up with someone who rocks your world, and literally there may be a lot of travel, a lot of adventuring, going to see the world in a not your usual tourist destinations. Also, this energy is you adventuring into your inner world, so your inside, your depths within, and finding out about you and where you come from, what your life purpose is. And I feel that when the person comes in, there is this sense of adventure ignited between the pair of you. So it's not just about falling in love and putting your slippers on and knitting and sitting by the fire. It's much more than that, much more than that. And I also get the feeling that there's when your 2 life purposes are combined, it's it can change the world. So not just between the two of you or your community, you can actually change a lot of things that are going on this planet for the good. Cool. Blimey, mate. Right. Your little angel card, flexibility. There you are, they're doing their yoga. So if you've had rigid thoughts, rigid belief systems, a rigid way of doing things, this is changing. Very, very much so. If your body's been rigid, if you've had any aches and pains or issues with your skeleton, with your physical body, that is changing. There's much more of a sense of uprightness, of upliftment, of freedom, of movement, and so yeah, not just in the physical, but a freedom of movement in your world, in your life. Ooh, wow! So this is one of Gordon Smith's lovely 5 Keys to Happiness. Look at that. This is the space family. So in his set, he goes outside the norms of oracle cards or tarot. So this is having an open mind. So whoever it is that's coming in to partner you, is both of you having a very, very open mind to seeing life in a very different way. So this isn't just about planet Earth. This is cosmic energy. And if you look closely, their third eyes are open. And there's energy coming from a planet and going to a planet. So this may be that you have a spiritual awakening when this person comes into your life. And I get the sense that some of you watching this are already spiritually aware. But when this person comes in, it will be going from a rowing boat to a speedboat. You're really, really, really going to take off. So it's like you've been waiting for your soul tribe, your soulmate, your twin flame. And the energy of this person is very outside the norm. So if people see you as different or outside the norm, I know they do with me, to be able to draw somebody in who isn't just on the mundane level, who isn't just 9 to 5, who isn't just plodding along. This someone is, I'm hearing spatially aware, so not just the space around them, but spatially aware, aware of space, aware of planets, astronomy, astrology, space travel, all that sort of thing. So if you've been, I won't say closed-minded, but had the door open a little bit, this is really going to throw those doors wide open for you to see life, the universe, in the most extraordinary way. It's a huge adventure. Wow. Oh, this is lovely. This is the Love Tarot, from the Love Tarot. And this is number 10. It's destiny, baby. It's destiny. Wow. So those are cranes. Okay. 2 cranes up the top. 2 cranes on the bottom. And if you see the people, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. As it moves around. So the people dancing, hands together, someone on their own. All of these beautiful positions. I also get the sense with this card that it's a past life connection that you will have when this person comes in. You just know them. You know them for many, many lifetimes, and it seems very familiar when they show up. And it's just like picking up where you left off. So it's just the pause button's being pushed. Okay. So 10 reduces to 1. and 1 is new beginnings. But the 0 is important too. The 0 is infinity, it's source energy, it's where we come from and where we go back to. And I get the feeling you have a soul contract with this person when they show up. Ooh. Romance angel card. Lovely. Free yourself. So there's a beautiful unicorn there, which is enclosed in a corral. Okay. And it says, it's time to take back control of your life. So the energy of unicorn is purity of spirit, purity of soul. So to free yourself, not just on a mental level or an emotional level, but soul speaking, spiritually speaking. So if you have a patterning from your childhood where you were taught to believe in a certain way of being and thinking and acting, this is going to change. So what I'm hearing is the flat earth society. So for many hundreds of years, humanity believed that the earth was flat. And then some scientific dudes came along and said, well, actually, it's not, it's circular. And it shocked a lot of people's socks off. So when this relationship shows up for you, it's going from flat earth to round earth. So your beliefs are really going to be blasted, because something else new wants to open up that part of you that has been longing for adventure on every single level of your being. And also, if you've been dancing to somebody else's tune, pleasing others, always saying yes, it's time to take your power back, take your life back. You might piss somebody off by saying, no, not doing that anymore. But that is what is needed to be done. So you're really saying, well, I'm not going to be the doormat anymore. I've done that for long enough. I'm going to be who I came here to be. And I've actually found someone who supports me in this. So this is an angel messenger card. We had this recently for another sign, I can't remember who. And it's emergence. So all of these cards are saying it's time for you to come out of the closet, the chrysalis. It's time for you to feel that sense of freedom on all levels. So if you look at the beautiful flowers, center of this, they look like tiny little buds, and they're just opening up and they're reaching out. Pink is the color of unconditional love. So the energy of the heart is green, the heart chakra is green, but just above it here is what we call the higher heart, and this is all to do with unconditional love. So where you make no judgments on anything, you allow people to do what they want, when they want it, because you would like that to be offered to you as well, to do what you want when you want it. And the number is 21. So 2 and 1 added together are 3, and 3 is love, it's joy, it's the joy of living and how you express yourself. So if you've had I'm hearing like a manacle on your heart, or you've had like with this corral around the unicorn, it's time for that to dissolve, to be melted away. And there's nobody going to tell you what you can do and what you can't do. You're making choices on a very different level now. So that sounds very exciting. I do hope that resonates with 1 or 2 or 3 of you. Because it's time. It is time. So it feels like some of you have been plodding along for a good long time in your lives. And some of you may have thought, will it ever change? Is anything ever going to come along that's going to rock my world? Well, yes, absolutely. And grab it when it comes. and do it fearlessly, with courage. You might have heard me say before, the word courage is from the French. Cœur, rage. Cœur is the heart, rage is passion. So when you are using courage, it is wholehearted. So it's coming from a completely open heart and absolutely fearless. So I hope that's resonated with some of you guys out there. That sounds a really exciting choice to pick. Right, we're moving on now to number 3. Number 3. And here we have a beautiful crystal which is called labradorite or labradorite. And it's called that because it is found in Labrador in America. And it's got these exquisitely beautiful peacock colours in it. I don't know if you can see it with the sun shining through it. But anyway, the energy of labradorite is about balance, balancing your left brain and your right brain, so that you come to a conclusion immediately rather than analysis paralysis, trying to figure something out and agonizing over it. So if you've chosen this set of cards, this is about whatever decisions you have around you with regard to your love life and your emotional life, you can come to a conclusion very, very quickly. It isn't about making up your mind or changing your mind. It's your heart telling you, because we can forever change our minds and all of the what ifs that come in. So this is the ability to be able to just know if it feels right on that level, so through the heart center. So the first little card we have is an angel card, and it is integrity. So this little angel has got a huge star right on his heart center. So this is saying perhaps in the past you might have had relationships with people who had no integrity or very little integrity. And it's about honesty and truthfulness coming from the heart, and how you may have shifted certain things in your life to bring you to a sense of honesty with yourself, what you will allow into your life and what now you need to discard or you will disallow. Because for some of you, I feel there are people around you who are lacking in integrity, and you may have felt or been part of that programming or patterning for a little while, and it may have popped up every now and then in your life, but you've now reached a point where you can see these people for who they truly are, that there is perhaps a shallowness about certain people around you, and your energies have risen to a different level of consciousness, and so you needed to withdraw from a certain set of people or friendships or maybe even work colleagues. And it may have left you feeling a little bit uncomfortable because part of you might have thought, well, oh gosh, I'm judging others. You know, I'm judging myself and I'm judging others. It's more of a realization and an acknowledgement of where you are now coming from and where you no longer wish to go. So as we have life experiences, we move through certain patterns which we can have a tendency to repeat until we get the message. And you can maybe sometimes screech to a halt and think, oh my God, I'm still doing that, aren't I? The people look different, but the situation is exactly the same. So when you step away from those situations, that's when the integrity steps in, and you no longer find yourself around that sort of group energy. So now we have a lovely card from Gordon Smith's pack, which are the five keys to happiness. And this one is the water family. So there's a little embryo baby in a bubble in the water. And the words are fresh water. So this says to me that there's a new beginning for you. So that's what the baby represents. So whether you wish to give birth to a child, or give birth to an idea, or give birth to a new relationship, the fresh water is to do with your intuition, and how you allow things to flow in your life. It can also be about drinking fresh water and flushing out your system, because sometimes when we're going through a healing crisis in our lives, meaning when we acknowledge things that are not working and we decide not to go down that path again and repeat old patterns, we can have held so many toxins in our bodies, so toxic thoughts, toxic emotions, and there's a need, once we are working on that healing energy, to flush it out. So we can do that through meditation and body work and Reiki and that sort of thing. But drinking fresh water also flushes those toxins from your body. And we tend to hold a lot of things in various areas of our bodies. We can hold humiliation in our buttocks. We can hold anger in our livers. We can hold grief in our lungs. And so by drinking some fresh water and setting an intention as you're drinking it to say, right, I now flush away all those toxins that I've held on for such a long time. Now it is time for them to go. And just get this sense of all of this stuff moving out of your body, away from you, which then you maybe have another drink of fresh water, and this time when you drink it, you set another intention to say, now I only go with the flow. I go with the flow of life, and I allow things to come into my life in the knowledge that they will serve me well. Because if things in the past haven't served you well, it's time now to flush them out. Oh, wow, this is lovely. Here we have these are the angelic messenger cards, and this is gorgeous. Look at that. And it is divine guidance. So this is the center, absolute center of a flower. And this feels to me like cells of the body. So if one cell is affected negatively, it can affect all the other cells and the cells of the body. But when a cell is filled with joy and love and this sense of divine guidance, it affects every single cell in the body. So if you've been floundering around for a while in relationships that do not serve you, that feel they are shallow, that they are not honouring you or respecting you in any way, when you tap into that sense of divine guidance, that knowingness, that all those things can fall away from you now, and you tap into that higher aspect of yourself, your higher consciousness, you will draw to you a person, a situation that serves you not only as a human, but as a soul within a physical body. I also get the sense that for those of you watching this part of the pick a card, that you wish to open up to this sense of awakening and the group consciousness of what is called ascension energy. So working at that higher level, not just in the material world, but soul-centered, heart-centered energies. So there will be a feeling of group consciousness that you are a part of, that sees your life, your relationships in a very different way, and having those aha moments and recognizing that you may have lived quite a good deal of your life unfulfilled, with unresolved issues, but now you've come to a point where you say, that's just like carrying this huge backpack with everybody else's stuff, and burdening yourself, and now being able to put that backpack down and say, that doesn't belong to me, it's not mine, I do not own it, I discard it, I let it go. And in doing that, it's like your heart opens up so widely, and your higher heart even more so, and you get this blast of divine love, divine guidance, feeling that every single step of the way you have always had and always will have somebody, some being, some energy looking after you. I feel that for certain people there's maybe a family pattern where there are addictions, where there are certain people who use their addiction or their illness to manipulate and to give you a sense of guilt and to keep you chained to them, to keep you bound to them. So it's the victim complex. And so they've put you in the role of rescuer. And when we come to realise that the only way a victim can be saved is they rescue themselves, and it's not our job to do it. I've been there, I've done that, got the t-shirt. It was a hard lesson for me to learn, and I'm sure for some of you watching there are similar experiences for you. So when we take back our sense of empowerment and we don't dive in there saving every victim, no matter how cleverly it is disguised, sometimes we struggle with our sense of self, but when you ask for the guidance, that will come to you in all shapes and sizes, in the strangest of ways. And it's sometimes like having a big fluffy blanket put around you and feeling like you're being embraced, something that you can't see, you can't really touch, but you know it's there. There's always this something that nobody else can take from you, nobody else can claim, nobody else can own. It is yours. And as you move through this, I'm hearing emotional decluttering, then you have the soulmate card. So these are the from the romance angels. So it's drawing in someone who resonates at a soul level with you. Now, it's said that when we ask for a soulmate, be aware, because it can feel like a 10-pound bag of spuds on your heart. It isn't always as easy as you think it is. Not all hunky-dory and everything goes swimmingly. But my sense of a lot of you watching this is that you have been through emotional ups and downs, highs and lows. When you put certain stuff to bed in a metaphorical sense and saying, right, that is done with, that is over, that is finished, that's an old program, that's an old pattern, I'm not going to run that anymore, then your energy rises. So you pick yourself up out of that somebody else's mess, somebody else's garbage, and step out of that Yes, you might be a bit battered and bruised, but you walk a little bit down the lane and then something takes over. This sense of how wonderful you are, how precious your gift of life is, what wonderful love you draw into your life and what wonderful love you can give. And it says, yes, this is your soulmate. So it's being very aware when you do draw someone in, you do meet someone you feel that you really resonate with, that you let the winds of heaven dance between you. And by that, I mean that you are, yes, you are a couple. Yes, you have wonderful feelings for each other, but it's like being two pillars, separate but together. And there's some lovely words written by a poet called Khalil Gibran, and it is about love. I wanted to share this with you. Then said Almitra, speak to us of love. And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, when love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world, where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives naught but itself, and takes naught but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. So that might be a bit heavy or profound, but when you read it back or listen to it again, it is about all the aspects of love that we have in our relationships, the great highs, the great lows, the pain, the joy, etc. And my sense of you guys watching this section is that you may have experienced various forms of love. However, what wishes to come in for you now is of the highest sort. So yes, you may have the all of those emotions involved in this new relationship that's coming in, but it will serve you in such a way that you will be burning off all of that negativity that has maybe surrounded you through your ancestral patterning, your ancestral programming. So what you got from your parents, from your siblings, from your grandparents, from your schooling, how to love. And because you've witnessed various relationships around you, that has set up the pattern of how you should love. But what is coming in is the divine way of loving, which is very different. Very, very different. And so, from the Love Tarot, this one has shown up. which is the 7 of nuggets. So nuggets are coins, pentacles. But my sense of this isn't just about money. This is more to do with the choices that you make with regard to your partnerships, who you actually attract in. And also this is about abundance and prosperity. So if you see both of these people here, they're each holding 3 nuggets and there's one at the bottom. So it's a balance. So you're bringing in a very different energy to each other, which is matched, it's balanced. And the one at the bottom is the foundation, it's the basis. So you may have built certain things in your life. So it can be to do with career and not just work, but your talents and your abilities. And so you've established yourself in a certain way, but so has the other person. Now, when you bring those two things together, you have got a basis, they have got a basis and foundations. So what you bring together in this relationship will be much firmer and sturdier than either of you have ever had separately. So I hope all of these little 3 sets will resonate with some of you. There is an energy of huge new beginnings for everybody on this planet. A big shake-up of how we relate to others and to ourselves, and how there is a need for us to break out of the old way of doing things, because it doesn't serve us anymore. And when we bring a new love to a situation, we affect everybody around us. As you change, others change. You can't force them to. And there's a need for us all to approach new relationships in our lives with an open and loving heart. And when we do that, that makes the shifts and the changes with everybody and everything on the planet. So if you'd like to comment, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching and sharing and liking. Thank you to all of my lovely subscribers and to my viewers. If any of you would like a private reading, I'm doing a special offer for Valentine's readings, and I'll attach it to the rest of this video and also put it in the description box below. So, love you and leave you. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.